Well, hello everybody. Welcome to P.B.M. Money. Well, this is a video I've been working on in my mind for a long time. And I want to start by telling you a story. About a year and a half ago, I was watching a video called the Iced Coffee Hour. And Graham Stephan was trying to talk Jack into quitting college and concentrate on building wealth. And at the time I thought, well, that's not very nice. Maybe he enjoys school. Maybe he needs to be in school. And Jack finally did quit. And when he did, I was kind of sad about that. But over the last year and a half, I've been giving it some thought, off and on. And my daughter has become a junior in school. And I've noticed a lot of things, and I believe my opinion has changed. Now, let me ask you a couple of questions. Number one, do you think college is worth it? Now, half of you will say yes, and half of you will say no, and that's normal. Now, let me ask you a second question. If I could show you how to build wealth for free and get you there in 10 years with no debt, would that be worth it? And how you answer that question determines what you should do. Now, the secret to building wealth is no secret. You can watch all of my videos, and I'm telling you every step of the way. What to do, how to do, when to do. The other finance guys, personal finance guys, are telling you the same thing. Different ways, different levels, different ways to get there. But the concept is all the same. Now, to prove my point, I want to take a look at, is college worth it? And we're going to talk about the positives and the negatives. And I'm going to let you decide. I believe that college is worth it under certain circumstances. Number one, that the career that you want to spend your life doing, I mean, some people have an absolute drive to be a doctor or an engineer or an attorney or a scientist. If that's your dream, then it is worth it. If it is a knowledge-based degree, absolutely. Unfortunately, that is a small percentage of most college degrees. If you are socially awkward and becoming socially integrated is very important to you, college is a good idea. If college is going to teach you how to make money, which they do not, then it would be worth it. Now let's talk about some of the big downturns to going to college. And let's talk about the debt. My oldest daughter is in her 40s. And she says she pays $800 a month in student debt and has for years, and it won't be paid off till she's in her late 60s. She'll have her house paid off before that student loan is paid off. Think about that. She's a teacher, by the way. Let's talk about time. If you're going to get a knowledge-based degree like the ones I mentioned, you'll be in there for 8 to 10 years. If you could spend that time building wealth, isn't college kind of a waste of time? And here's what no one talks about. The majority of Christians that go to college lose their faith in college because they are not teaching anymore, they are indoctrinating, and the first thing they go after is Christians. The last downside I want to talk about for colleges is they don't teach you how to build wealth. They teach you how to get and keep a job. That's all. Now, let's talk about building wealth. Building wealth will last you a lifetime. Once you learn how to do it and you're on your way, you will do that every month for the rest of your life. And one of the things that I have learned about money is money doesn't make you anything except more of what you already are. If you're a kind person, having a lot of money will enable you to be more kind. If you're just a big butt, money will allow you to be a bigger butt. Another benefit of building wealth is for your descendants. And I'm debating that right now. Now, if you had the choice between spending 10 years in school and amassing $200,000 in debt, or 10 years living like a college student but building your wealth and being just about there in the same 10 years, which would you choose? The answer to that question is probably a lot different than the first two questions I asked you at the beginning. Now, the downside to building wealth is it takes time. Just like getting a knowledge-based degree in school. And the last one I want to talk about in college or building wealth is most people don't have anybody to teach. I sought out people when I was fresh out of college, and all the people that we didn't have computers back then, and all the people that I saw were on TV, and most of them were shysters. If I had had a good teacher, I would be very, very wealthy right now. And I got to tell you, it took me till I was 60 years old to figure out how to build wealth. And it was by watching other people's videos, watching other people's progress, and then doing that. And I used to saying in one of my videos that I'm going to use again here, and I can't remember where I heard it, but it said, if you hang out with 6 other millionaires, you will become the 7th. And if you hang out with 6 other convicts, you will become the 7th. So hang out with millionaires. Now, you may not know any of them, but if you can glean all the information you can from their videos and their sharing of knowledge, go do that. And I want you to remember something. The guys that are doing that, the Graham Steffens and Financial Independence and Meet Kevin and Andrew Jick and all of those, they're there. They're financially independent, and they're sharing that information with you for free. They have no reason to lie. Oh, sure, they got programs they want to sell, and but they're going to teach you how to do it. Now, the 10 years that it's going to take from whenever you start to when you have achieved it, you can have any job you want. You don't need a high-paying job. As you may or may not know, my full-time job, I make $14 an hour. $14 an hour. And this year, I am going to save $25,000 in cash. That's going to happen. And we already own, just in the last 3 years, we have purchased 2 little rental houses, and we have about $50,000 in the bank. Not bad for 2 years. Now, is it easy? No. It takes a lot of sacrifice, it takes a lot of discipline, and I was already a frugal person, and I was already living cheaply. But if you're willing for the next 10 years to live very frugally and to save every penny you can and make the right investments, you will be financially independent in 10 years. It's very easy. It's no secret. It is no secret. You can start with nothing, which I did, and make $14 an hour and do the right things for the next 10 years and be financially independent. Or you can go to college for the next 10 years, and when you're out, go get a nice paying job and have $200,000 in debt, which will keep you from being financially independent. So you decide. In my opinion, college is no longer worth it. If your goal is to build wealth, college is not the place to go. College is there to teach you how to get and keep a job. Not how to make money, not how to build wealth, not how to be knowledgeable about anything other than what you're getting your job in. I just don't happen to think it's worth it. I used to. I went to college. And 40 years later, I'm making $14 an hour. And my degree was in business. So, unless you just have that burning desire to go do something, a specific something, I don't believe college is worth it. And I tried, in a roundabout way, I tried to discourage my daughter from going to college, my youngest. But she has other goals, and I don't believe building wealth is one of them. Which is fine. When I was young, everybody went to college. It wasn't even debatable. All 3 of my kids went. And, okay. One of them got a high-paying job and paid off his student debt in a couple of years. One of them became a teacher and will be paying on her debt all of her living life. That's not right. And my youngest is starting to go to school to amass debt, and I tried very hard to talk her out of it. But I just want everybody to know that being financially independent is not a mystery. It's not hard. The knowledge on how to get there is quite simple. The discipline that it takes to get there, that's the hard part. But it takes no more discipline to do that than it does to get up every morning and go to school and amass debt. So you decide, is college worth it? You have a great day, a great week, and happy investing.